का मन है।
वाह क्या स्वाद!
असली स्वाद तो MDH दही वड़ा रायता मसाले से ही आता है।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Welcome now, ladies and gentlemen, to the nation's sharpest opinion. And I'm putting out this video, and I hope you get it shared widely, so that especially the youngsters in this country know just how corrupt a party the Congress is and how corrupt a family the Nehru, Vadra, Gandhi family is. Now, I begin with a premise that many people below the age of, say, 25 or 30 would not have a very strong living recollection of the corruption of the Congress, and thence they may believe there's a Mohabbat ki dukan which Rahul Gandhi is running. But my point is tonight, and I shall elucidate it, and I will prove it with facts, that this is a very corrupt party. I take you back, and a very corrupt family. First case, I will give 15 to 16 cases tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 1948, under Jawaharlal Nehru, V.K. Krishna Menon signs a deal for 200 substandard jeeps, rejected by the army, but faces no accountability with unknown financial benefits. Corruption. In 1957, under Jawaharlal Nehru, LIC funds worth then 1.26 crores were misused to bail out Haridas Mundra's failing companies, leading to the finance minister's resignation. Corruption. In 1971, under Indira Gandhi, Sanjay Gandhi was granted a car manufacturing license with 300 acres of land allocated via pure 100% nepotism, evicting 15,000 farmers, yielding unknown financial benefits, and this party says it's pro-farmer. Corruption. 1986, under Rajiv Gandhi, 64 crores in kickbacks were paid to secure a 1,437 crore Bofors howitzer gun deal, rocking the government, pulling it down. Massive corruption. Then, 2005, under Manmohan Singh, with an effective prime ministership of Sonia Gandhi, a fraudulent S-band spectrum deal worth 578 crores between ISRO's Antrix and Devas was annulled after being exposed. Huge corruption. 2006, under Manmohan Singh, Sonia Gandhi's regime, illegal 3,500 crore FDI approvals in Aircel by Maxis involved politicians and business persons with trials ongoing. Huge corruption. 2007, and do pass on this video. This video must go out. 2007, with Sonia Gandhi as de facto Prime Minister, 305 crores of foreign investment approvals in INX Media involved alleged bribery and money laundering. Huge corruption. 2008, 122 telecom licenses sold at 2001 prices to ineligible firms, causing an alleged 1.76 lakh crore loss. It's called the 2G spectrum scam. 2008, please keep listening. See how corrupt this party is. Under Manmohan Singh, very ineffective, very corrupt. Bribes were allegedly paid in a 1,700 crore Embraer aircraft purchase deal for the Indian Air Force. Sonia Gandhi was, of course, the effective Prime Minister. Then now the case in point, 2008, Robert Vadra comes in with this weird company called Skylight Hospitality, buys land at extremely low prices, and then sells them at a profit of 51 crores after getting the land use changed. Political influence, nepotism, and corruption. 2004 to 2009, and viewers, this goes out for all of you. Under Manmohan Singh, Sonia Gandhi's regime, land was traded as bribes for railway jobs during a former railway minister's tenure. 2010, Manmohan Singh, young Indian owned by the Gandhis, acquired AJL's 2,000 crore plus assets for 50 lakhs. That's the National Herald scam in which Rahul and Sonia could be arrested. 2010, 70,000 crores, which is something I exposed, was Commonwealth Games scam due to over-invoicing. 2003 to 2012, the bribes in an alleged 8,000 crore Rolls-Royce Hawk aircraft deal influenced Indian Air Force contracts. Then in 2012, the other scam, which I reported at that time as the Kargil for profit scam, where flats meant for Kargil heroes were allotted to bureaucrats and politicians with unknown and huge financial benefits. And in 2012, Under Manmohan Singh, the 3,600 crore Augusta Westland VVIP helicopter deal, bribes to officials, including at that point of time allegations about the then Air Force chief. What more examples do I need to give? Viewers, this video must go out. People must know. Youngsters must realize that behind the sheen of pseudo-secularism and Muslim vote bank politics is a very corrupt family and a very corrupt party. Have no doubt about it. Let's debate.
The political tussle over the National Herald scam continues across India. BJP is unsparing in its attack amidst the political vendetta cry of the Congress.
This is an open and shut case involving fraud, corruption and money laundering. ये National Herald publication जो है took place in such noble circumstances. अब इसमें भी आप देखिए कि कांग्रेस पार्टी के अंदर से कितनी कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस आ रही हैं। मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी ने 16 अप्रैल कहा कि there is nothing in the case, it was shut down for some time due to financial troubles. Sonia Gandhi tried to revive it with loans and donation. The Pioneer newspaper reported that Rahul Gandhi was emphatic that young Indian had no intention of relaunching any newspaper.
Union Minister Singh launched a frontal attack alleging massive misutilization by AGL under the provisions of charity law.
जब हमने 2016 में इसको इंस्पेक्ट किया, मैं उस समय हाउसिंग एंड अर्बन अफेयर्स मिनिस्टर था, तो हमें यह पता लगा कोई प्रिंटिंग एक्टिविटी वहां होती नहीं थी। बिल्डिंग वेकेंट थी। ग्राउंड एंड फर्स्ट फ्लोर वर रेंटेड आउट टू द पासपोर्ट ऑफिस एंड सेकंड एंड थर्ड फ्लोर वर रेंटेड आउट टू टाटा कंसल्टेंसी सर्विस और फोर्थ फ्लोर वाज बीइंग यूज्ड बाय द लेसी। दे हैव यूटिलाइज्ड, मिसयूटिलाइज्ड the provisions in our law for charity. Now that the Enforcement Directorate has brought charges, I think justice will finally see the light of day.
Republic is the only network that has exclusive details of the charge sheet filed by the Enforcement Directorate against accused number 1 and accused number 2, Rahul and Sonia Gandhi, which list out the proceeds of crime in the National Herald scam upwards of 988 crore rupees.
The ED charge sheet in the AGL case against the Gandhis has some interesting bit. For example, rupees 18 crores are shown as received from entities or persons who were either fake or were not found to be there. And then, look at this, 38 crore rupees received as advance rents, even as there were no rent agreements, those rent receipts themselves, another fake. And then, another 29 crore rupees, this time received as advertisements from bodies or entities connected with the Congress party itself. That's the kind of fakery that went on in the AJL system as per the ED charge sheet.
Amid the Enforcement Directorate charge sheet raising questions on bogus advertisements in National Herald, BJP in Himachal Pradesh has levelled a serious allegation. The financial tight Himachal government funding the Congress mouthpiece through crores in advertising.
ये दान नहीं दे सकते आप। एक तरह का हिमाचल प्रदेश सरकार ने जो पैसा अगर दिया है लगभग 2 करोड़ से ऊपर का नेशनल हेराल्ड और नवजीवन को, एक तरह से वो दान की शेप में देती है।
The Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh meanwhile is completely defiant.
नेशनल हेराल्ड हमारी अपनी अखबार है, हम उसमें खूब विज्ञापन देते रहेंगे। पहले भी दिया, आगे भी दिया।
While questions are now being raised on the tacit understanding between Congress-ruled governments and family-owned paper,
अब नेशनल हेराल्ड है क्या? इट्स नॉट अ डेली न्यूज़पेपर। और जो कांग्रेस के राज्यों के मुख्यमंत्री इसके लिए चंदा देते हैं, चंदा में विज्ञापन देते हैं, दैनिक अखबार उनको चवन्नी मिलती है और नेशनल हेराल्ड को चांदी के सिक्के मिलते हैं।
As pressure continues to mount on the Gandhis amid an impending court hearing scheduled on 25th of April, the only question remains: will the National Herald scam finally unravel alleged money laundering charges?
Senior Himachal Pradesh Minister Vikramaditya Singh is with me tonight. Vikramaditya, you know, there is no paper. There is no paper. There is no National Herald paper, but there are advertisements that you're giving to it. How can you give advertisements when the newspaper? How can you give advertisements when the newspaper does not exist?
No, I take strong objections to your one-sided view of this entire story that you have just narrated here. I have the highest regards for you. But firstly, I take objection of calling the Congress party as a whole corrupt and the entire sequence of events.
I stand by everything I've said.
Yeah, but I also want to fact check you that none of the cases, whether you have spoken about the cases during the Nehru era, whether you have spoken about the cases during the Bofors or the so-called 2G scam, they all have fallen flat in the court of law. Yeah. So the Republic TV as such is nobody to cast aspersions on anything.
Vikram, you have your reasons to protect your party. I ask you to answer my question, and my question is very simple. 1 minute, Vikram. See, you wanted to come on my program, and I have respected your wish. 1 minute. I would like to place on record, Vikram. Vikram, I would like to place on record. I would like to place on record that you chose to come on my program, and I have respected your wish. Now, let me set the record straight. 1 minute, Vikram. 1 minute, Vikram. Vikram, 1 minute. People, yeah, okay, I have requested you. Now you've come, but we've come on a subject. Now, let me ask you one thing.
But I will give my viewpoints.
Of course, but you have to answer the question. This is not your political rally.
I understand.
Yeah, if you want a political rally kind of situation, there are many channels you can go to. You will get a political rally situation out there. Vikram, see, Vikram, if you are using my program to show your unswerving loyalty to the Rahul Gandhi family, best of luck. But I don't give two hoots. I'm asking you the question.
You know me very well. I'm not a person.
Well, you know me well too, and then I'm asking you my question. I'm asking you my question. 1 minute, please. Now let's get serious, Vikram. When advertisements are given to any newspaper by any government, 2 or 3 things are kept in mind. 1, does the newspaper exist or does the media house exist? Second, what is the viewership established as per, either a IRS or BARC or something? What is the established viewership or readership of that newspaper? And then on that basis, funds can be allocated in a fair manner. This is not your money. Many politicians like you may feel it's our money we are giving. No, it's not your money. First of all, you must get that clear. So when you are giving the money and then you have this, your Chief Minister Sukhu has the blatant misuse of public funds to promote the National Herald, on what basis are you giving ads to a newspaper that does not exist?
Firstly, I understand the difference between the individual funds and the government funds, and I very well know that the government funds come from the taxpayers' money. So you don't need to give me summons over that, Arnab.
Put me on air. I know why you're putting the graphics. Yes. But the paper does not exist. 1 minute. The paper, Vikram, the moot point is this.
This call has
does the paper exist?
See, that is for the party to decide.
No, it's not for the party to decide. It's a fact. 1 minute, Vikram. See, Vikram now. See, you are on a difficult ground. You're on a slippery wicket, and just watch viewers how his wicket's going to fall. See, the question is, Vikram, does the newspaper exist? The newspaper does not exist.
The newspaper has been in existence.
Has been maybe in 1957. Does the newspaper exist today?
In 1947.
Does the newspaper exist today?
It has gone through its ups and downs.
No. Does the newspaper exist today?
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Maybe in a digital form.
No. Okay, now let me tell you, first of all, I'm not sure of that. So let me assume the newspaper exists in a digital form. Now, even advertising in a digital form is qua the potential viewership or readership or established ComScore record of the newspaper. Now, my question to you is, if you are putting public funds to promote a Congress-affiliated newspaper, you're going to have to justify it, especially when there is financial distress in your state.
there have been instances where a lot of local dailies in Himachal Pradesh, and I'm not talking about today, I'm talking over the period of time, where a lot of local Himachali dailies are given advertisements by the state government, and I can name you.
But disproportionate. One minute. No. Yes, let me ask you. When Sukhu is asked, when Sukhu is asked,
the official mouthpiece of the Congress.
So you are saying that's the problem. No, Vikram.
Instances earlier.
Vikram, you are now
affiliated to other organizations. I can quote the organizer during the previous BJP governments have also been given advertisement. So this is not something new. This has been going on in all governments, in all parties, all over the country, and the same cases in Himachal Pradesh also.
No. Your argument is Vikram. Your argument is
viewership. Arnab, you should listen to the other person also.
Vikram, you should also listen to the counter here, because the counter is extremely strong. My counter is when Sukhu was asked. 1 minute, I'm not blaming you. But you got this chief minister. You know why he says, I've given ads? He says to the reporter, National Herald is our newspaper. First of all, he must correct himself. There is no newspaper. There is a digital website. And there is no justification for putting crores of rupees in a small digital website. But on the basis that it is our newspaper, and hence we are giving ads to it.
See, I am telling you that this newspaper has been affiliated with the Congress party, and it was established by the first Prime Minister of India.
But you got to be fair. The charge against you is that you violated DAVP norms.
And over the period of time, I'm telling you, you spoke about the viewership. There have been instances where a lot of local dailies in Himachal Pradesh have been getting advertisements in this government also and in the previous regime also. This argument of yours is not.
So you're acknowledging that you're doing something wrong. You're being partisan.
No, there is nothing wrong in it.
Of course there is something wrong in it. You got to, you are saying, okay, now listen, we got to understand. 1 minute. Yes. Tesla's growth is 2% year on year. Thanks to the political generosity of Congress governments, the National Herald has 65% growth year on year. And I am asking as a journalist to you tonight, Vikram, that you got to be fair. If you're making excessive, irregular payments to a website and then defending it, saying it's our newspaper, then you should use your personal funds. You should use your, if Vikramaditya Singh or Sukhu uses his personal money to fund National Herald, I have no problem. But if you're using Himachal Pradesh government money to pay National Herald, then you have to be asked that this is shady advertising revenue. And let me tell you,
it is not paying. It is paying in the form of advertisement. And I am again quoting
and Himachal. 1 minute. No.
That there have been instances earlier where the RSS mouthpiece organizer has been funded by the previous BJP.
Now you're getting caught in a trap here.
I am not getting caught in a trap. I am stating facts. If you
I ask you this. I ask you this. Tell me, how does the National Herald get ad revenue comparable or higher than major dailies like Dainik Savera or Amar Ujala, despite their vastly larger readership? Can you provide a transparent breakdown of the criteria used by the Himachal Pradesh government to determine ad revenue, ad budget allocations, particularly why a weekly publication like the National Herald is getting preferential treatment?
See, at the moment, I don't have statistics with me.
But I have the statistics, Vikram, and I am putting statistics, you're attacking me. You don't have statistics, you're defending yourself.
No,
Let me tell you.
I am not attacking you. I am just bringing facts on record. That's what I'm saying.
Now, I ask you another question. Vikram, see, there's only right or wrong. Right now, see, the thing is, despite the National Herald's relatively and significantly lower viewership compared to, say, Punjab Kesari or Amar Ujala, these are 18 million, 40 million. It is receiving ad revenue from Himachal Pradesh government that is disproportionately high. That is only 50% lower than Punjab Kesari's. Now, the question here is, can you explain the rationale behind this allocation? Given the fact that National Herald is a weekly English publication and it's getting incomparable to national Hindi dailies. You see, you got to give me a logic, Vikram. I'm still waiting your logic.
No, I've understood the logic, and National Herald is a national newspaper. You have your own contentions about it, whether it is a daily or it is a weekly or whatever it is. But I am telling you that the advertisements.
But don't you have an oversight mechanism? Don't you have an oversight
process of law and mind?
See,
and it has been done in accordance with all.
I don't know why. I don't know why I look at you tonight, and I have a feeling that you agree with me actually.
No, I always say what I want to say. You know me very well. You know me, yes. And I am saying what I am saying, yes.
Okay. Vikram, that you are. I appreciate your coming tonight. It's a difficult spot. But at least one good thing about Vikram is, even if it's a difficult issue, he comes here and we have this powwow. I disagree with you, but respectfully so. Vikram, thank you very much.
You can always disagree, but I will always bring up facts, and I will always fact check you, Arnab.
Should we continue this fight for 5 minutes longer?
No, it's okay.
I can. See, the ED's charge sheet highlights that 38.4 crores in fake rent advances collected by AJL without valid agreements, with payments made on instructions from senior Congress
leaders.
These
are just mere allegations, Arnab.
Do you have any oversight mechanisms to verify the legitimacy of National Herald's financial partners?
After a long period of 10 years. What was the ED doing?
Tell me one thing, these advertisements are also interesting from Congress-affiliated bodies. They are like birthday wishes, congratulatory messages. Crores of rupees for birthday messages. Vikram, seriously?
No, but that is...
You're not Unilever. Unilever.
Advertisements...
For happy birthday. Happy birthday messages.
These messages in any newspaper is a very common thing. And people greet and facilitate their leader through newspapers. It is not only through in AJL, it is in all the dailies in all.
Yeah, let them pay for it. Why is Himachal government paying for it?
No, I don't think so that any advertisement regarding a birthday has been given by the government.
There have been from Congress-affiliated bodies, congratulatory messages, birthday wishes. It's like, seeking tribute.
No, there is nothing like that.
Vikram, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Thank you. That's been great. And I open it up now, viewers. This is going to be a very interesting debate. Okay, who do we have here? Abhishek Sudhir, I see Jyotsna Tirunagiri. I see Sanju Verma. I see Ratnakar Tripathi. We had just had an interesting debate on Hindi, Pankaj, and I see Pula Rao. Defending the indefensible is tough, absolutely tough. Who wants opening remarks tonight? Sanju, you can't have the first and the last word. I give it to Pula.
Let me start.
Start, Pula, start.
Yeah, I think you know very well the law of diminishing returns. Economics, it applies here. How many cases, how many times you're going to file against the Gandhis? You keep on filing cases, you think there's shock, and now there's nothing. People, I tell you, for a politician, this kind of thing, you develop a Teflon skin. What is each time you come out and say, ED has called them, they have called them, and you give all these nice statistics, and I heard the history you gave of all the corruption. I don't think it goes anywhere.
That is your thinking, it doesn't matter. You want to tell me Bofors never happened, it's your choice. You want to believe 2G never happened, it's your choice.
It is not working. It is not working. There is no
not working for you, Pulla.
Our friend,
you are living under a rock.
You have filed a case. Leave it at that. Don't try to say it is something so great. People are
You're sounding like Kalmadi.
And more people are yawning.
You're sounding like Kalmadi.
They will take it.
You know what Kalmadi told me once? Let me tell you, Pulla. Kalmadi told me once, don't make a big deal of it. And then, he thought he will give an interview to another channel because we were exposing the news. So he called another channel, and the very loyal editor of that channel, who's now a near superannuated consulting editor of a defunct channel, then went to Kalmadi, and then at 7:30 report out a breaking news grid. This is a real story. They said, the real truth about the CWG scam exposed tonight. And then the interview started, and then when the interview started, like a mouse, the anchor asked, Mr. Kalmadi, all these charges that are being put against you, is there any truth in it? And Mr. Kalmadi said, absolutely not. And the loyalist anchor like Pulla Rao broke the news. Kalmadi denies all corruption charges. Your level of loyalty can only be compared to that of the consultant, now geriatric, once upon a time anchor. Pulla, you are defending the indefensible in the scam factory of the Congress party.
I'm telling you, there is no political gain in such a strategy of saying where ED has filed a case. ED has filed a case. It's like the town crier. You hear him every day. You hear him every day. Go out in the public. If there is something done wrong, the court will do it. Leave it at that. Trying to paint something that, there was something sinister, it's not affecting them.
You know, once Mahatma Gandhi had said, and I want to quote this, he said, I would go to the length, viewers, everyone, I would go to the length of giving the whole Congress a decent burial rather than put up with the corruption that is rampant. Words of Mahatma Gandhi ring loud tonight. Ring loud. Ratnakar Tripathi doesn't like what I say, but it rings loud. He agrees with Mahatma Gandhi. Absolutely agrees with Mahatma Gandhi. As we are talking about the Robert Vadra land scam, our next speaker, Sanju, is opening from the other side. Sanju, will you be able to nail this? Because their argument is, you couldn't nail Bofors. You couldn't nail 2G. Time passed. You may use it as a lever, but you don't go all the way. Are you using these cases as a lever, or will you go all the way? And if you say we will, why should we believe you?
You know, Arnab, first and foremost, you gave a brilliant introduction. But my grouse against you is that these days, you don't indulge Sanju Verma.
That's true.
But now let me come to the moot point. The moot point is this, Arnab. Do you remember a man called Rana Kapoor? He was the CEO of Yes Bank. He sunk Yes Bank to the ground in 2019-20. People said, "Arey, ye bahut badi machli hai, kuch nahi hoga." He's out on bail after spending 4 years in jail. And the reason I'm talking of Rana Kapoor is, he's on record saying Priyanka Vadra forced me to buy a 2 crore painting so that the money received therefrom could be used to pay for Sonia Gandhi's health-related expenses in the United States of America, where she was getting treatment in those years. Let me tell you, the most important point in today's debate is this. When it comes to money laundering cases, the Enforcement Directorate has a strike rate of 98.7%. And while Rahul Gandhi and his Darbaris can say that the ED is a handmaiden of the BJP, I want to, through your channel, remind the likes of Abhishek Manu Singhvi. He had a nice big fat omelette on his face when in April 2023, Justice Chandrachud upheld the powers of the ED and told Abhishek Manu Singhvi not to waste the court's time. The court was hearing 241 petitions, the Supreme Court, and the petitions were dismissed. With the Supreme Court saying that we uphold the PMLA and Section 3, which pertains to definition of money laundering, we uphold Section 8, which pertains to suo motu seizure of property of the accused, we uphold Section 18, which pertains to search and seizure operations of the concerned person. We also uphold suo motu powers of arrest under Section 19 of the PMLA, but most importantly, the Supreme Court said we uphold Section 24 of the PMLA pertaining to reverse burden of proof, which means the ED does not have to prove that Sonia Gandhi is guilty or that Rahul Gandhi is guilty. Sonia Gandhi has to prove that she is innocent. Rahul Gandhi has to prove that he is innocent. And I want to say one thing to you. The National Herald scam will be brought to fruition in terms of conviction. So if anybody has any figment of doubt in their minds that this is going to be used for political maneuverability, let me tell you, they've missed the plot. They've completely lost the plot. But my final point is this. If you have read the Enforcement Directorate charge sheet or not, so have I. And very quickly for your audience, what does it say? Disproportionate assets worth more than 2,000 crore amassed by the Gandhis. 347 crore worth of tax evasion by the Gandhis. 988 crore worth of money laundering via Ratan Deep Trust and Janhit Nidhi Trust, which are basically SPVs owned by the Gandhis. 29 crore worth of bogus advertisement that accrued to the National Herald and benefited the Gandhis. 38 crore worth of bogus rent, which basically went to the pockets of the Gandhis. 18 crore worth of bogus receipts, which also benefited the Gandhis. So basically, there is no way for the Gandhis to hide. They can at best go and hide under a rock, but इनको घसीट के निकाला जाएगा और जो न्याय प्रणाली है इनको सजा तो इस बार होगी, वो बात तो पक्की है. And my final point is only this.
Yeah, I
a zillion debates or not. My final point, where the Congress people keep telling me, you know, why are you blaming the Gandhis? Because National Herald, Associated Journal, or Young Indian, these are not-for-profit companies under Section 18 of the Companies Act of 2013. Now you tell me, Arnab, when I ask them, tell me, be it Young Indian or AJL, how many schools did you build? You call yourself a not-for-profit.
1 minute. Now, Sanju, I need to get the other side.
How many charitable institutions did you set up? How many hospitals did you build?
I wish to make a broader point tonight, Ratnakar Tripathi, that, you know, over the last few days, there has been a very concerted attempt at building a sympathy wave for the Vadra Gandhi family. But I don't palpably see it or feel it, Jyotsna. I don't know why. You know, there's no sympathy. It's curiosity that will they go to jail? Will the case be taken to its logical conclusion? But there is no... Jyotsna, is there sympathy building? Because they've been building the sympathy campaign. Is there sympathy you see them building for them in this case? What would you think, Jyotsna?
Arnabji, there is no sympathy, there is nothing. The truth needs to come out. If really nothing has happened, then let it be a fair trial. As simple as that. And again, Arnabji, I think we have to remind them that the case was filed by a citizen in 2012, I believe. Even before NDA came to power in 2014.
Is that Subramaniam Swamy? Subramaniam Swamy.
Yes. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it came out, it was lodged in 2012, even before NDA, and in fact, their main opponent BJP came to power. So abhi ye boliye, problem kiska hai? Problem kiska hai, Arnab ji? Problem unka hai. The onus of proof lies on them. And yes, if as I said, let them face the trial.
I think I was talking to someone who told me, on an aside, I want to share this, Ratnakar Tripathi, that this case was filed by Subramaniam Swamy, and hence, therefore, up to a point, the movement in the case was in the hands of Subramaniam Swamy. But there was a feeling among some people that Subramaniam Swamy has gone anti-BJP, so he can't be trusted for which way he will go. Because his hatred for the BJP, because he's not been accommodated in any cabinet post, is so great that he is not pushing as hard. I mean, this was the allegation. He's not pushing as hard in this case. And therefore the rumor mills say that the government felt the need to take into control the movement in this case. After the recent developments which have happened, it's no longer Subramaniam Swamy, but the government which will determine the next course of proceedings in this case. Because interestingly, Subramaniam Swamy hasn't really been complaining, has he, Abhishek, about slow movement in the case? He should be given full credit for being the first mover in the case, but he's been...
stalled the case.
Huh? He's not delayed. He's not worried about the delay in the case.
Stalled the case for 4 years.
Why?
Let me tell you, he has stalled the case since 2021. Since 2021, he has stalled the case in the last 4 years.
Why would he stall it?
There have been 14 hearings in the last 4 years.
Why would he stall it? How is he stalling it?
Subramaniam Swamy, you only have to look at his Twitter or X timeline to understand why he would stall it. He has a major problem with the Prime Minister because, as you said, some would say it's a case of sour grapes, that he has not been accommodated in the government. I think he dreamt of becoming a finance minister and was very upset when Mr. Jaitley became finance minister. And I think ever since he's no longer even an MP, if I'm not mistaken. So he's in the political wilderness. So what he's decided to do over the last 4 years is stall the case. There have been 14 hearings. There is a technical point in the CRPC on which he stalled the case. So the government has said this. The Enforcement Directorate will now look at the money laundering aspect of the case. Now, there is a provision in the PMLA which states that if a particular court is seized of the money laundering aspect of the case, they also have to look at the predicate offense. Predicate offense would be fraud and conspiracy in this case. And that trial will now be taken over by the same judge who will oversee the ED trial. I just want to make a quick point about these ads that you spoke of.
No, 1 minute. Does that mean that, 1 minute, does that mean that they are in serious legal trouble, that there's a possible chance of a conviction?
I want to make a quick point.
There is 100% chance of conviction because the Enforcement Directorate.
And what
will
happens
now
if there
take
is a
charge of the
conviction for their
proceedings,
political
basically.
career? What
And
happens? What happens if there's a conviction against Sonia and Rahul?
They are disqualified from being members of parliament. The offence that they are charged with carries a maximum of 7 years in prison. So they will be disqualified for 6 years plus the number of amount of time they spend in jail. So let us say they are sentenced to 7 years. They will be disqualified for a further period of 6 years after they serve a 7-year sentence. It is basically the end of the political careers of probably Sonia.
But this won't touch Priyanka or Robert. Robert and Priyanka.
Accused number 1 and number 2.
Priyanka?
Robert and Priyanka, in the ED cases, there are 3 other cases the ED is looking at. In one of the cases, Priyanka is also the accused. In one of the EG cases, which charge sheets are being readied, Vadra, of course, is accused in the Skylight case, which we debated earlier in the week. Charge sheets of plenty are coming. The Gandhi's political future is in peril. That's why all these proxies, the Congress supporters, are all in a panic. And this is a clear case of wrongdoing, Mr. Goswami. You have got assets worth 5,000 crores by paying 50 lakh rupees. This is a clear case of fraud and conspiracy. You had an income tax demand on you of 400.
But can we extradite Sam Pitroda as well? Because Sam Pitroda is in America. Uncle Sam never leaves America.
Yes. Sam Pitroda is also named in this case. He's also part of this case. And Sam Pitroda can be extradited, but I think he will. Maybe he may come of his own volition. And now we understand why he keeps.
There's other fellow. I'm told he's a family retainer. Some fellow called Suman Dubey. What does he do, Ratnakar? Who's this fellow, Suman Dubey?
Yes, Suman Dubey.
Who is he?
He's also key accused.
Who is he?
These are the people who have suffered from Narendra Modi's rise to power.
Never heard of this guy. Who is he? Suman Dubey. What has he done?
These are the launderers. These are the launderers in polite language.
Yeah. Now, therefore, this case.
There is a word for them in Hindi which I don't want to use.
No, you don't use. We are a family channel. Ratnakar Tripathi, you see, the case is very simple. There's a 90 crore debt that National Herald's freedom fighter owners owed to the Congress party. And Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi paid 50 crores to Congress party and converted 2,000 crore assets. Now, I want to give you a complete opportunity.
50 lakhs.
50 lakhs. Now, 1 minute. Nobody disturbs, please. I tonight solemnly swear, Sanju Verma, that I will give Ratnakar Tripathi an opportunity to prove that the amount was not 50 lakhs. Because he always complains he doesn't get a chance to speak. Viewers, as long as he answers my question.
Why don't you...
50 lakhs for 2,000 crores.
Why don't you carry on with your merry-go-round, sir?
You have just sat on my roller coaster. It's my first question to you. Wait a minute, Sanju, don't wait. The question to him is, why are you not here to answer the only question that matters? This is the only question that matters.
You are not my Viva Voce professor, Dr. Goswami.
Thank God, I would have thrown you out day one. My question is...
I will speak what I need to speak. Please hold your horses.
50 lakh for 2,000 crores.
I'm very blessed that I did it. Dr. Goswami, do you want me to speak or not?
I want you to please answer my question. 50 lakh for 2,000 crores.
So please, I am not here to answer your question, right?
Question my answer, or answer my question.
So first of all...
Tongue twister? You're getting confused?
Yes, it was wrong. I am not here to answer your question.
See, you are now going in who's in a merry-go-round? He's in a merry-go-round, viewers. He's in a merry-go-round, this man is in a merry-go-round.
Done zero homework.
50 lakhs for 2,000 crores. His head is spinning.
You are with the Hindi debate.
Words. He does not know anything about
So disturbed you are.
Why are you wasting time, Arnab?
Sanju Verma, your name is not Ratnakar Tripathi.
आप बिना homework किए
Ratnakar Tripathi.
You have no idea.
अरे बहन जी आप चुप हो जाइए ना.
You don't know anything.
बहन जी चुप हो जाइए क्यों बोल रही है बीच में?
You have no idea about the tax evasion that has happened. You have no idea.
बहन जी बीच में मत बोलिए ना.
That have been amassed. तो भाई साहब बोलना पड़ेगा.
अरे संजू दीदी
कुछ आता जाता नहीं है.
संजू दीदी अर्नब
देख रहे हैं. Tell me clearly.
संजू दीदी मैं सीधे कैमरे में झांक रहा हूँ.
सोनिया, yes or no?
बस
answer is yes.
संजू दीदी.
Did the Gandhis acquire assets worth 2,000 crore plus by paying zero? Even that 50 lakhs was just a book entry. That's the point I want to make. Even that 50 lakhs was not paid. a Hawala operator called Dotex Merchandise Private Limited. The owner of Dotex was supposed to pay that 50 lakhs, but wo 50 lakhs.
Subramaniam Swamy has said
2,000 crores by paying zero.
Subramaniam Swamy has said on record that 400 square kilometers has been occupied by Chinese people, and he has made very weird comment about the character of the Prime Minister. Your own ex-parliamentarian.
Sanju louder,
Don't
bring,
tell
bring.
me what you do.
Sanju.
The Gandhis have flouted Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013. The Gandhis have flouted Section 25 of the Companies Act 1956.
Yeah, the truth.
The Gandhis have constantly evaded taxes of more than 347 crore. Now imagine, यदि कोई आम आदमी 347 crore का टैक्स इवेजन करता, अभी तक क्या होता? जेल की सलाखों के पीछे होता. It is high time the Gandhis are not mollycoddled any longer.
निकम्मी सरकार है.
अभिषेक मनु
इतनी निकम्मी सरकार है भाजपा की अभी 11 साल में जेल में नहीं डाल पाई.
Last year, Abhishek Manu Singhvi doubted the
चोरों की सरकार है ना.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट
चोरों की सरकार है. इसे औरंगजेब के बारे में पता है, लेकिन इसे लॉन्ड्री के बारे में नहीं पता है.
अरे भाई साहब, अगुस्ता वेस्टलैंड स्कैम गांधीज, नेशनल
चोरों की सरकार है ना.
कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स
11 साल में एक चीज अप्रूव नहीं कर पाए.
गांधीज, बोफर स्कैम गांधीज, सबमरीन स्कैम,
आप अपना
जीप स्कैम,
संजू वर्मा कैरी ऑन विद योर बकवास.
स्कैम गांधीज, गुरुग्राम
कैरी ऑन विद योर बकवास.
गांधीज, आपके
That is why Dr. Goswami call you here.
One scam after the other, it finally stops at the doorstep of either Sonia
अरे उस
or
कमाल का धमाल कर दो ना. किसने मना किया है?
यहाँ आकर सिर्फ मुस्कुराने से कुछ नहीं होगा. If you have the hard facts, tell me.
I don't want to waste my time, Dr. Goswami. Do you want me to speak or not?
Yeah, one thing is, I want to
my time, sir.
I want to share one thing.
With the Hindi debate, and you are just taking revenge.
I tell you one thing.
You are just taking a revenge because this is your channel.
Okay, now this exact nature of the scam is what freedom fighters were worried about. You see, this is one minute. Now I'm going to Jyotsna and Pankaj. Just 1 minute. You see, the Sardar Patel was so worried about it. He wrote a letter about it as Home Minister to Nehru. You know, Jyotsna, he wrote a letter about it, and he told Nehru that this shady funding of the newspaper, this possibility of corruption, and saying that National Herald at that time took 75,000 rupees from two corrupt businessmen linked to some Himalayan airways, and then said the company had illegally bagged a government contract for night airmail, bypassing even the Indian Air Force's objections. Then he said, this is not a minor lapse, it is corruption at the very top. Now, this is the allegation, of course, of the BJP. The point is that there was a possibility of misuse of National Herald. This was pointed out by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. And Patel, in fact, named certain Congress leaders for collecting funds from dubious sources in Lucknow. Nehru knew about this. Everything was told by Sardar Patel that this newspaper business is a corrupt business that you are running in the name of National Herald. It's all documented.
Arnab.
And Jyotsna, Nehru was the chairman, I think, at that time of National Herald, before resigning and becoming the Prime Minister, and he chose to do nothing. This is the absolute reality from our historical archives. Jyotsna.
Arnabji, forget about the past that you're talking about, Arnabji. In this show, we had a gentleman talk about, I think a little bit earlier, we had a minister from Himachal Pradesh, if I'm not wrong, Arnabji, saying that yes, National Herald is our mouthpiece. Yes, they accepted that. On record, on Republic TV, they accepted that it's their mouthpiece. Koi usme shanka hi nahi hai. And now, when there are allegations that money, has been used and all that stuff, then I think, isn't it fair that they give an answer on that, Arnabji? I think it's pretty fair. And there are allegations, clear-cut allegations, when you have ED attached some properties also, that means there is some issue there. They have to talk about it. They just can't, evade everything and say that everything is politicized.
What is stronger in this case, Pankaj? Jyotsna?
No, Arnab, one second, Arnab ji. What I'm saying is, you have now, in this debate, in the starting of the debate, आपने ऐसे तो बिल्कुल एक चिट्टा पढ़ा दिया, पूरा चिट्टा पढ़ा दिया. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि लोग इनको जानते नहीं है, इसीलिए तो लोग इनको शायद बाजू में बिठाए. I don't know. But my point is, scam after scam have been highlighted of them. So isn't it fair that they come out crystal clear on that?
They should, but they should because viewers, why you have every right to be angry. And I'd like to go to our first caller. His name is Arvind Patel. He's watching from Houston in the United States. Arvind, are you there? Arvind?
I'm here, Arnab.
Thank you for holding on for a long time. Yeah. What do you think?
I want to just tell all this sycophant of, Gandhi family that, Sonia and Rahul, Sonia didn't get the National Herald property in dowry. Okay? It belongs to Indian government and it's Indian people taxpayer money. So if anybody wants to answer me, I will tell you.
I want Ratnakar Tripathi to answer you. Ratnakar Tripathi, Arvind Patel calling from Houston in the United States is correct. That this is not a property of the Gandhi Vadra family. In fact, do you know, Ratnakar Tripathi, that its ownership was originally by 5,000 freedom fighters by 2010. They had 1,057 shareholders. Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi just took it over. Arvind, these are facts. Ratnakar is uncomfortable. He's thinking of how to avoid the answer. Answer him, Ratnakar.
No, I am not uncomfortable. No. If you will allow me to answer what you say in chronology, I will answer first your question, then others. I am not obliged to answer Arvind Patel. So first of all, let me thank my Baba Vishwanath that I didn't place a request before you for my appearance on the channel. So I was saved from the embarrassment of putting the request on record and the insult of Vikramaditya Singh. I don't know why he put such a request.
What is your answer the question? No, Vikramaditya came on my program on my own. I had a good chat with him. He was not answering. What is your problem? This is the most popular network in the country. Do you know my viewership?
I won't move according to your wish. I won't move according to your wish.
You know how many people follow Republic?
You are confused.
Certainly more people than your supporters.
You say,
we must be about 10 times bigger than the Congress.
Singh, National Herald chapta nahi hai. Please, you said to...
Ye dekho, 87%, look at this. Look at this. Look at 87% people are watching me. You see the number? This is beautiful. But I got 87% in class 12. I was not happy. I said I want 95%.
The hate lies in the eyes of the hater.
अरे क्या यार?
You are the hater of Congress.
अभिषेक इधर की बात.
The same ला क्या यार क्या? एक ही लाइन में आप बोलते हो नेशनल हेराल्ड छपता नहीं है. उसी लाइन में बोलते हो नेशनल हेराल्ड वीकली पेपर है. क्या है? दो में से एक बात बताओ.
पेपर नहीं है भैया.
आपको क्या लगता है?
वेबसाइट है वेबसाइट से आपके 50 यूट्यूबर घूमते हैं.
क्या मतलब बकवास है? क्या बकवास है? अभी आपने बोला कि नहीं छपता.
सोनिया गांधी और राहुल गांधी
और बीच में किसी को ला देते हैं.
जो थोड़ी बहुत बची खुची क्रेडिबिलिटी है राहुल गांधी की,
अरे छोड़िए ना.
क्यों छोड़े? क्यों छोड़े? What do you mean छोड़िए ना?
नहीं हुआ. एक भी अरे क्या छोड़ेंगे यार? आप ही जैसे लोगों के चलते सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा ईडी किसी को अरेस्ट नहीं कर सकती.
Never forget, freedom fighters have been cheated. Freedom fighters have been cheated because AGL's holdings were transferred to Young Indian in 2011 that had a majority share of Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. That means the shares of the freedom fighters were taken by Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. Can you think of something more unethical than that? Dinesh from Canada. Dinesh, you're calling from Canada.
Arnab.
Hi, Dinesh. Where in Canada?
Good evening, Arnab. I'm Dinesh. Hello.
Go on, Dinesh.
Yes, I want to say, you say anything, nothing is going to happen to Gandhi family.
Why?
Because the present government is not interested. So don't unnecessarily waste your time.
Dinesh,
if you and me were there, we would have been behind bars by now.
Dr. Goswami.
I tell you one thing, Dinesh, see, I'll tell you one thing. This is, as far I don't know about, I'm a fighter, Dinesh. I believe the truth comes out. It takes time. It takes time. And Dinesh, let me tell you one thing. The clearest example of that, this Congress party thought, you know what happened one day, Dinesh? The Congress party joined hands with the Pakistan government to have a press conference against me. And I said, that is the day I realized it's the end of the Congress party. The Pakistan Foreign Office issued a statement against Republic, and within minutes of that, the Congress party held a press conference. And, you know, then I realized these people are in it together, or at least that's the sense I got. Dinesh, I'm an optimist. Truth will come out. But Sanju, that's the cynicism. You see, Jyotsna, that's the cynicism that's growing because you've delayed the case.
I want to answer this.
You've delayed the case.
First and foremost, let's
support from the
first and foremost, let's get one thing very clear.
एक मिनट संजू जी, एक मिनट.
Okay, Jyotsna.
Arnab ji, today, just when the names are been included, they have a problem. They are on the streets. आप ये expect करते हो कि trial करने देंगे ये लोग? Politicize करते हैं matter को.
Pankaj, reply.
पूरा हल्ला मचा दिया.
अरे
जैसे कि पूरा भारत ही
निकला. जोत्सना जी, ट्रायल अर्नब गोस्वामी नहीं करते हैं.
सर एक चीज बताती हूँ, मेरी एक ही विनती है आपसे. मैं त्रिपाठी जी राहुल गांधी आपसे ट्रायल होने दीजिए ना. बिल्कुल दूध का धुला बाहर आने दीजिए.
Finally, thanks to Prime Minister Modi, that has happened, Arnab. Could you ever have imagined that Sonia Gandhi?
Pankaj.
ये रिया चक्रवर्ती के केस में भी ऐसा ट्रायल किया.
Pankaj.
संजू जी, it is an irony.
Pankaj and Pulla.
अभी पिछले महीने क्लोजर रिपोर्ट दाखिल हुई है.
Chargesheet किया. The next step is there will be a
उस पे आंसर करे ना.
Listen to
the graphic comes out. सच बाहर आता है. सच बाहर आए.
Scam case will be.
Audio control is to be better in the PCR. Pulla, you're off color today.
Arnab, the main witnesses are not there. Rameshwar Thakur, Motilal Vora. This case has no legs to run on. You can keep supporting it, Arnab. There's no legs to run on. And Congress is on autopilot. It will just keep on going. I don't know why they took up this case.
I don't know why you are. I don't know why you say that, because you have to tell me one thing. See, saying all these things, their case has no legs or hands or fingers to stand on.
Case has legs.
Question is, don't you know the facts? The facts is that this is a Section 25 company. 1 minute. It's a Section 25 company put together by one person, somebody, I don't know what the hell he does, called Suman Dubey or somebody. Somebody says a family retainer, and Sam Pitroda with a capital of 5 lakh rupees. Then after the Gandhis took over, Sonia, Motilal Vora, Oscar Fernandez are appointed directors. Then Sonia and Rahul get 1900 shares, 38% each. Vora and Fernandez get 600 shares, 12% each. And Sam Dubey, the Suman Dubey and Sam Pitroda transfer their shares to the new players. It's all simple. It's well planned. I mean, you got to be. I mean, I'm sorry, but you have something between your ears. I mean, you can't pretend you don't know.
6%, the Gandhis own 100% via Ratandeep Trust and Janhit Nidhi Trust. The Gandhis own 100% of AGL was acquired.
Pankaj, and then our next caller, Pankaj.
Not just 76%.
Pankaj.
Oscar Fernandez and
Come on, Pankaj.
Shareholding has.
You're off color tonight. Come on, Pankaj. You can't let Sanju get away with that. Pankaj and Abhishek. Pankaj and Abhishek.
Mr. Goswami, it is an irony that we are living in such a pratkal that he calls Young Indian a shell company in its charge sheet. A Section 25 company, which is essentially formed to save the newspaper that fought against the British and is a remarkable part of the history of our freedom movement. Company in which no one can take any salary, any dividend, whose properties cannot be sold to anyone, is a shell company. And Gujarat-based Gensol Engineering, which has been basically incorporated to loot more than 900 crores of Narendra Bhai Modi's government's public sector company, IREDA, is a true blue company. See, you are one of those anchors who are showing courage. call a spade a spade. I appreciate your brave keenness in giving this much hype to the baseless National Herald case. So please,
just don't eat your words when the case moves. See, I'll tell you one thing. Pankaj, first of all, one thing. First of all, for 1 minute. Abhishek, before you come. See, Pankaj, I look at the facts of the case. I don't look at where it goes. You know, I believe that something was shady in the way Sunanda Pushkar died. I reported it. I don't care which way it goes later. I put my heart and soul in it. I also reported Lalit Gate when Sushma Swaraj, listen to me, yaar. Are Baba, listen to me. Now, in 2015, Modi government was in power. I reported Lalit Gate. The people I questioned were Sushma Swaraj, then Foreign Minister Vasundhara Raje Scindia, her son Dushyant. See, I don't give a damn who it hurts or benefits. I'm just saying out here, it doesn't add up. It looks like a clear case of an abuse of power. And that's not said by me. It's said on page 115 by Justice Dhingra.
Yes.
Justice Dhingra has said it.
How did the Gandhis get the money to buy 0.3 acres of land?
The entire media is shouting, Young Indian is a shell company, money laundering, blah, blah, blah.
I don't say blah, blah, blah.
By letting out the properties of Nadersha Zafar Mark. It is the Gandhis. Bogus advertisements, bogus tax receipts, bogus rent receipts, money laundering, tax evasion, disproportionate assets, criminal conspiracy.
I think next caller is Lakshman from Visakhapatnam. Lakshman, what is your take? Will this go through, Lakshman?
Good evening.
Good evening, Lakshman. From Vizag.
Arnab, I'm a big fan of yours.
I'm a big fan of yours as well, Lakshman. Come on.
Thank you very much. नहीं, अगर सोनिया राहुल इतना ही सच्चाई है, ऑनेस्ट है, तो उनको बोलिए ना कचहरी में जाके खड़ा होंगे, रोड पे क्यों खड़ा कर रहे हैं सबको? और ये भाई साहब जो कांग्रेस के हैं, हंस रहे हैं, शर्म नहीं आता उनको?
रत्नाकर ऑन एयर।
आ रही है, शर्म आ रही है।
हंस रहा है एक सीनियर कांग्रेस लीडर होके।
शर्म लक्ष्मण तुमको आनी चाहिए, शर्म तुमको आनी चाहिए कि तुम इस केस के बारे में कुछ जानते नहीं हो, खाली अर्नब गोस्वामी की चापलूसी के चलते इस तरह की बात कर रहे हो। अर्नब गोस्वामी तुमको नहीं जानते, बोलते हो आई एम बिग फैन ऑफ योर्स। आप चापलूस हैं और अर्नब गोस्वामी आपकी चापलूसी को बढ़ावा दे रहे हैं। क्या जानते हैं आप इस केस के बारे में?
लक्ष्मण जी, इनको इग्नोर कीजिए, इनको मेरे में ज्यादा रुचि है, इशू में नहीं। ये सिर्फ मेरे को लक्ष्मण जी, आप इनसे प्रभावित मत होइए, इनकी आदत से मजबूर है, ये हमेशा मेरे बारे में डिबेट करना चाहते हैं।
पता नहीं हमसे प्रभावित क्यों हो गए, आपसे प्रभावित है।
अरे फिर ओमकारेश्वर प्रॉपर्टी के बारे में बताइए ना, क्योंकि आपको ओमकारेश्वर प्रॉपर्टी के बारे में नहीं कहना है। बताइए, ओमकारेश्वर प्रॉपर्टी में जो लोग थे वो भूपिंदर हुड्डा के करीब थे,
इसीलिए मुस्कुरा
थे कि नहीं थे? जवाब दीजिए ना। राकेश गुप्ता फ्रॉम दिल्ली। राकेश गुप्ता,
You don't even know this person.
I open the lines. If people like me, it's your problem.
अब मैं आपके खिलाफ बोल रहा हूँ तो आप इससे बड़ा दर्द है आपको, आप बदला लेने पे उतर।
आप जाके वाराणसी के सड़कों में पूछिए कि आप अर्नब गोस्वामी को समर्थन करते हैं कि राहुल गांधी को। राकेश जी, अपना फोन टीवी बंद करिए। मैं क्या करूं अगर मैं पॉपुलर हूं? आपको ईर्ष्या है, आप जल रहे हैं, आपको जलन हो रही है। हल्दी भेजूं, बर्नौल भेजूं आपको मैं? छोड़िए ना, हम आपके जैसे ना राहुल गांधी जैसे ये नो मेरिट टाइप के लोग नहीं है। रॉबर्ट वाड्रा, व्हाट इज रॉबर्ट वाड्रा अचीव्ड इन हिज लाइफ? व्हाट इज रॉबर्ट वाड्रा डन व्हिच इज अ सिग्निफिकेंट पर्सनल और प्रोफेशनल अचीवमेंट?
हम में मत रहिए, आइए ना बनारस।
हाँ तो ठीक से बुलाएंगे तो आऊंगा। लाइक यू वांट टू टॉक लाइक यू आर सम, व्हाट डू यू कॉल इट, बाहुबली की तरह बात करेंगे, मैं नहीं आऊंगा। ओके व्यूअर्स, भास्कर फ्रॉम बेंगलुरु इज आवर नेक्स्ट कॉलर। हु इज आवर नेक्स्ट कॉलर राइट नाउ?
आप आइए सर।
भास्कर होते हैं, भास्कर।
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Bhaskar. Good
evening. I am a very, very big fan of yours and a big fan of Republic TV.
Thank you.
Rahul, Sonia, and this scrap dealer Vadra, they had to go to the jail. That is for sure. And this is Modi's government, not anybody's government. And this joker sitting in your program, Ratnakar Tripathi, either he is not answering your questions or is not answering customer for what he is sitting just to eat peanuts in your program. Ratnakar Tripathi, answer my question, I say.
चापलूस, तुम कितनी चापलूसी करोगे? What answer your question? I don't.
Ratnakar, our viewer is questioning you. This is empowerment. The viewer talks direct to the politician.
Mr. Arnab's questions or
You don't even know a single thing about any
for what
case.
for purpose you are sitting in the channel.
मंदबुद्धि
to
समझते हो
eat
ना?
peanuts.
मंदबुद्धि समझते हो
You're
ना?
a,
तुम
you're a
मंदबुद्धि
waste
हो।
body, I say. You're a waste body.
जब तुमको ये तमीज नहीं है कि पैनलिस्ट को जोकर बोल रहे हो,
You answer in English.
तमीज सीखो।
No, but you are also abusing him. You see, he's a viewer. He's a viewer. He's not a politician. Don't abuse him. Don't abuse him.
I'm telling you.
Don't abuse him. Don't abuse my viewers. My viewers are intelligent. They're aware and they're questioning you. And the status quo in this country has changed.
You are.
Ratnakar Tripathi, I think you should go back and do a PhD on me, since your only function in life is on me.
I tell you, whether you call me on your show or not, your viewers are flatterers, dumb, and they do not know anything about.
It reflects, all that you're saying is a reflection on you. All that you're saying is a reflection on you. You are showing the mirror to yourself. आपने आईना अपने आप को दिखाया हुआ है रत्नाकर त्रिपाठी जी. Only for tonight. I have to end the program tonight. There's been a lot of feedback. We're tracking this story. I apologize for the bad language used by Ratnakar Tripathi. I'll try and explain to him not to do it again. And I'll see you tomorrow. Without fail, viewers, thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. And thank you for your wonderful viewership. Good night and goodbye.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
लाल रंग इसका अपार, तीखा कम है फिर भी स्वाद, बेमिसाल बेमिसाल MDH कश्मीरी,
MDH कश्मीरी।
MDH